Gentlemen, let's play ball.
The sun is up, the sky is blue, there is not a cloud in the sky. So it's a beautiful day for some baseball here in Greenville, South Carolina at Conestee Park. My name is Trent Goldsmith, welcoming you to a showdown between the Montreat College Cavaliers and the Bob Jones University Bruins. Bruins are still looking for their first program victory over the Cavaliers and look to get it today and stay hot. They are coming off of a win, a series win over the past weekend against Alice Lloyd on the road where they won 2 out of 3. But now today they're facing the Cavaliers, 0-6 all time, with last season having 2 losses, 11-1 and 8-2. Noah Weaver starting on the mound for the Bruins. Cody Kirkpatrick the other side of that battery. Conley Burke at third, Madrano at short, Gonzalez at second, Johnson at first, with an outfield of Zay Brandt, Matt Carroll, and Kyle Prouse. Up first for the Cavaliers is Dawson Bryant, the catcher. He's facing a 1-0 count early. Weaver getting the start today. Again, usually a relief pitcher. It's his second start of the season. He threw his first strike right there. Dawson Bryant, number 28. Looks at ball 2. Bryant has a .298 batting average. 14 RBIs on the season. That's a lot. But that's still not, it's just cracking top 5 on the team. There are 4 others ahead of him. This Cavaliers team likes to score some runs. And it's a 2-2 count. Justin Austin, the starting right fielder, is on deck, waiting to see what's going on here. Here's a 2-2 count from Noah Weaver. Swung on, that one's high to left field. Zay Brandt's going to go back. That one's still in the air. Will he have enough? And it does. A leadoff home run by Dawson Bryant. The most ideal start possible for the Cavaliers. It's already 1-0. That is Dawson Bryant's first home run of the season. Coming early here against the Bruins. Now we're looking at Justin Austin, one of the leaders of RBIs with 17 on the season. 5 home runs, so he has the power to hit one out as well. Weaver just trying to find his rhythm, or continue to find it. He had a good at-bat there throwing strikes. It's just Bryant got the better of it. That one's hit really high, straight up in the air. Kirkpatrick on it, but Burke's coming on it and calls off Kirkpatrick and grabs it for out number 1. So first 2 batters are 2 quick at-bats, just with the opposite result. Jader Morelos now up in the 3rd spot. A 3rd baseman today for the Cavaliers. That one's in there for strike one. Weaver did pitch in one of the games last year against the Cavaliers, only stuck in for 2/3 inning. I think he was dealing with arm soreness that day. That one's hit to right field. That one's going to be in the air. Prowse going on it, but Prowse can't get to it in time. It drops in front of him. So Morelos with a one-out single. And now a runner on for the Cavaliers brings up Tommy Ramos, the cleanup hitter for this team. 19 RBIs, 6 home runs, leads the team in both categories. Batting just under 300 at 282 on the season.
Tommy Ramos.
Ramos has power and he likes to use it. Swings hard at every pitch. It's a block by Kirkpatrick behind the plate. It will keep Morelos at first base. This Montreat team also does like to steal some bases. 29 stolen bases on the season, led by Zeb Marquis, who is not in the lineup today, at least to start. First two pitches are balls to Ramos. Weaver's going to take a second, take a breath, and get back on the rubber. Here's the 2-0. That one just too low out of the strike zone. Now it's a 3-0 count. The nature of Ramos, he might have the green light here. Looking for a similar fastball pitch that Bryant hit a home run with. Here's the 3-0. He does have the green light off the end of the bat, so Carroll's going to go over on it in center field and grab it for out number 2. It was in a good spot for Ramos, but came around on the swing a little bit too early. A little bit different bat placement than he wanted. Brings up Manny Moore with 2 down.
Second baseman, Manny Moore.
Moore is getting the start at second base today. He has started most of the games this season. 20 out of 24 he's played in. Cavaliers are 12-16 coming into today with a 6-13 record away. No, was in there for strike one against Moore. Good block by Kirkpatrick again. Kirkpatrick, the normal starter at catcher for the Bruins. Bryson French usually takes over in the second game of double headers, but with a single today, Kirkpatrick should be behind the plate the whole time. Here's the 1-1 from Weaver. Outside. Kirkpatrick couldn't squeeze it, but the runner goes nowhere, so it's a 2-1 count. Runner still on first base. 2 down here in the top of the first inning. That one's outside. It's going to be a 3-1 count. Weaver does do a great job at settling in, calming down. That one's hit in the air. That one's going to be out of play. The first base side. So now it's a full count, 2 outs. So Morelos will have a head start at first base. Being a lefty, though, Weaver might actually try to pick him off on the early head start. Here's the 3-2. That one's hit high, but that one will be out of play. Moore turned on that a little bit too early. Cavaliers seeing the ball really well so far today. You do have to wonder how long Weaver will go, especially with the weekend series coming up here at Conestee Park against Toccoa Falls. Here's the 3-2. That one finds the outside corner for strike 3. So after giving up a leadoff home run, Weaver settles in, calms down, and gets out of the inning without any other runs. So the Bruins going to the bottom of the first inning, down 1-0. We're back here in the bottom of the first inning. Dawson Bryant on the mound for the Cavaliers. Excuse me, Matt Campos on the mound for the Cavaliers. Dawson Bryant is catching. Campos has a 3.00 ERA in 9 innings pitched. Kyle Prouse leading off for the Bruins. Kyle Prouse continues to do well from the plate. 377 batting average, career high. That's a dribbler up the middle. Ethier coming in on. Ethier to throw to first base is in time. So a very quick out for Campos on the mound. Brings up Mac Carroll, hitting second in the Bruins lineup today. And let me tell you, Mac Carroll had an incredible weekend at Alice Lloyd. Three RBIs in 3 games, totaling to 9 RBIs on the weekend. Definitely helped the Bruins win a couple games there, and was named the Student Athlete of the Week in the NCCAA because of it. That weekend helped his totals skyrocket, now batting .281 on the season. He swung through strike one right there. So he's been seeing the ball as good as anybody and hitting with runners in scoring position, which has been a struggle for the Bruins throughout the season. Here's the 0-1. Carroll, another big cut. Now facing an 0-2 count. Has to battle now against Campos. Here's the 0-2. That's a grounder. Manny Moore gathers. Manny Moore throws. And 2 outs on 2 ground outs for the first 2 batters. That's exactly what Campos wants to do, is throw strikes and let the defense do the work. So it brings up Conley Burke with 2 outs.
Playing third base, number 10, Conley Burke.
Burke continues to lead the team from the plate with a .397 batting average and 3 home runs on the season. Looking to start something with 2 outs here. Here's the first pitch. Off-speed pitch to Burke. In there for strike 1. And now the 0-1. That one's also off speed, just didn't come in time, so it's a 1-1 count. Burke was the first ever baseball student athlete of the week in the NCCAA for the Bruins. And obviously we've had Carroll last week, so now this season we've had Burke and Carroll with more waiting. That one's a grounder. That one will get through the infield past the glove of Ethier, so it's a 2-out single for Conley Burke. That's what he does best, is he gets on base. Brings up Evan Johnson, the big bat for the Bruins, just waiting to explode.
Evan Johnson.
Evan Johnson's yet to hit a home run this year, but everybody knows he has full capability to do so. If you see him hit in batting practice, it's a wonder to watch. That one's down, out of the zone for ball 1. One swing from Johnson here can turn around his season and give the Bruins a lead. There is limited wind. It seems to change directions when it does pop up. That one finds itself in the strike zone for a 1-1 count now. Burke leading off first. Here's the 1-1. Outside. Johnson didn't bite. Here's the 2-1. Swung through by Johnson. 2-2. Campos now 1 strike away from getting out of the inning and keeping the lead for the Cavaliers. Johnson will battle. Here's the 2-2. Grounder, chopper, soft one. Gathered by Morello, stole over to first base in time. So all 3 outs that the Cavaliers got were 3 ground outs in the infield. So we're going to go to the top of the 2nd inning. Cavaliers still up 1-0.
Blake Watts.
Left fielder Blake Watts leading off the inning for the Cavaliers. After they went 3 for 4 on outs in the bottom of the 1st inning on defense on 3 ground outs. So Bruins are making contact. Just only one found their way on base, and that was Conley Burke. Noah Weaver closed out the top of the 1st inning very well after giving up a leadoff home run by Bryant. Now looking to keep that rhythm here in the top of the 2nd inning and try to keep this deficit at 1-0. 3 straight balls to start the inning for Weaver. Blake Watts, 44 at bats, 409 batting average, technically leads the team. That one's in there for strike 1. I say technically leads the team because he is about half the at-bats as Justin Austin, who bats 400. That one was hit for a leadoff single for Blake Watts. Brings up Jason Brolport, this first baseman for the Cavaliers today. That one does not find the outside corner for a strike, so it's a 1-0 count to Brolport. Brolport, 26 games he's played, 254 batting average. So he's played most of the games, I would assume mostly at the first base position. Weaver has struggled to throw strikes so far in this inning. But again, he recovered very well last inning. Looks to do the same here. Here's the 2-0. That one's in there for strike 1. Weaver looking to keep it up. Here's a 2-1. Doesn't quite find it. 3-1. From Weaver. Not in there. Ball 4, so 2 leadoff runners for the Cavaliers to start the inning. Watts will go over to second base. And Brolport will take first. Brings up Caden Ethier, the shortstop.
Now batting for the Cavaliers.
Kirkpatrick going out to the mound to have a quick meeting with Weaver to calm him down. Got to limit the damage as much as he possibly can here. This Montreat team can hit 282 team batting average. And the batting average of this starting lineup is probably even higher. Probably in the 300s, which is exactly what you want. Now a 1-1 count. Ethier most likely going to square to bunt. In that case, Medrano was running over to third base from the shortstop spot. The wind's starting to blow a lot right now, coming out of nowhere. The gusts are crazy. That pickoff move to second will go to center field, but Watts will stay at second base. Good backup by Carroll. So this wind truly came out of nowhere. Made our tent fly away up here. Square to bunt again. That one will get out, so Weaver will just take the easy one to first base. Very successful sack bunt for Caden Ethier. Moves both runners up to second and third with one down. Brings up Devin Smith, the center fielder.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, center fielder number 6, Devin Smith.
Infield is in. They'll definitely check the runners back as much as they possibly can. Here's the first pitch from Weaver. 2 over top. It'll be high for ball 1. Carroll is pretty shallow in center field. Brandt and Prowse are in good position in the outfield and left and right. That one's in the inside corner for strike 1. Nothing would be better here for Weaver than to try to strike Smith out and get to 2 outs on the inning. Here's the 1-1. In the dirt, good block by Kirkpatrick. Keeps the runners put. So it's a 2-1 count. Broleport with a massive lead off second base with no one checking him. He's nearly halfway to third. Here's the 2-1. That one will go foul. So now a 2-2 count. Weaver 1 strike away from getting a little bit more comfortable here in this jam. Again, a strikeout here would be massive. The 2-2 from Weaver. Gets past the diving Burke. That's going to score at least 1. Broleport. That one gets past Zay Brandt in the outfield. So Broleport's going to come around. Devin Smith on his way to third. He'll stop there. So an error in the outfield by Zay Brandt. Costs a lot of free bases for the Bruins. And the Cavaliers now lead 3-0.
Catcher number 28, Dawson Bryant.
So instead of getting a strikeout there and getting more comfortable, a hard grounder by Smith gets all the way to the wall. We're still 1 down. Brings up Dawson Bryant, which we know what he did last time. He had a leadoff home run. Goes too far inside. Ball 1 to Bryant. Another hard grounder and another one that gets past the diving Burke. That one's going to score Smith. So Dawson Bryant with an RBI single adding to his RBI totals to 2. We'll now see a courtesy runner come on. Daniel Wagner, the junior from Washington, will come in to run for Dawson Bryant at first base. Justin Austin popped out to Conley Burke in his first at bat in the first inning. Cavaliers' lead has inflated to 4. That one's high out of the zone for ball 1. After that 4th run being scored by the Cavaliers, there is now action in the Bruins bullpen. That one's too low, so that one's in there for ball 2. So this at bat has gone too high and too low. And it's a 2-0 count. Wagner Off of first base, will stay put. That one's fouled back for strike one. So now it's a 2-1 count. Wind starting up again. The 2-1 from Weaver. Into their good block by Kirkpatrick again. Three-one count. That one's too high. And Weaver will walk Justin Austin. So now Wagner over to second base. Austin to first. Still only one out here in the top of the second inning for Jader Morelos. But Coach Rulapau is going to come out and have a meeting before Morelos comes up to bat. We're going to take this break with him. Be right back. Morelos now up. Singled in his first at bat. A single here again would probably score another run. That one's hit high and up out of play. It's Wagner leading off of second base. Austin leading off of first base. Still only one out. The 0-1 from Weaver. Finds the inside corner for strike two. Morelos, I don't think really liked that call, but he might just be checking on how close that was to being a ball, just for his common knowledge. Here's the 0-2 count from Weaver. Big strikeout here. He delivers. Foul up out of play. And the count will stay 0-2. Wagner, big lead off second. Weaver delivers the 0-2 again. That one's hit. Matt Carroll's going to come and get it. He's under it. Wagner will not tag. So now 2 down here in the top of the second inning. Brings up Tommy Ramos, who flew out in his first at bat.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, designated hitter number 26, Tommy Ramos.
He swung on a 3-0 count at a pretty pitch, but just didn't get the right part of the bat on it, so he flew out to center field. Again, lots of power. 2 runners on, 2 outs. Good block by Kirkpatrick. Keeps the runners put again. Here's the 1-0. Ball outside. So now it's a 2-0 count. Here's the 2-0. That one swung up and out of play. So now it's a 2-1. Two-one count, 2 runners on. Weaver delivers to Ramos. That one looked really good from up here, but doesn't quite find the strike zone. So it's now a 3-1 count. Weaver delivers a 3-1. Ramos swung through that. Looking for a big hit there. Now a full count. Again, full count, 2 outs. Runners will get a head start. Here's Weaver. That one is crushed to left field, and Zay Brandt can only watch that one go over the wall. Ramos with a 3-run shot, making it 7-0. Ramos was all over that pitch. 7th home run on the season, still leading the team in the category. Wow, so that is not what you wanted to see.
Now batting for the Cavaliers.
It's a part of Bruin Nation. Quick 7-0 lead by the Cavaliers. Their bats are on fire. Here's the 1-0 from Weaver. Hit up out of play for strike 1. Two-one count to Manny Moore. He struck out in his first at bat. He's the one that struck out to end the first inning. So the Cavaliers have bat around the order here in the top of the second and have 6 runs to prove it. Here's the 1-2. Up out of the strike zone for ball 2. Weaver delivers. That one goes foul. Third base coach over there really tried to point fair. And I don't think that was quite working out for him. It was behind him, basically. So Weaver with 2 strikes still against Moore. That one will go out of play, so Johnson can't quite get to it over on the first base side. So Weaver and Moore continue to battle. 2 outs here in the top of the second. Weaver looking to get out of it. That one's hit, and that one will also go out of play. So the battle continues. Quality at bat so far from Moore. Weaver delivers again. That one's hit hard to center field. Matt Carroll tracking it, and he's under it for out number 3. So after 6 runs being scored for the Cavaliers, the Bruins have a chance now to answer. Coming up in the bottom of the second. Back here in the bottom of the second inning, Bruins with a lot of ground to make up, already in the 7-0 hole due to especially a 3-run home run by Tommy Ramos in the top of the second inning. Cody Kirkpatrick is one of the guys that you want to lead off the inning. One of the best hitters for the Bruins. Has stayed consistent all season long. Campos will ask for a different baseball. So Kirkpatrick looking to get things started for this Bruins offense and score some runs here in the bottom of the second inning. That one goes over Kirkpatrick for ball 1. Nearly hit the bat on his shoulder. Here's the 1-0 to Kirkpatrick. Hard chopper, that one will get grabbed by Ethier, but Ethier has no chance on the throw. And Kirkpatrick with a leadoff single. He will have a courtesy runner. And as always, it's Gabe Gerhardt coming in to run for him, bringing up Bryson French. Again, the other catcher on this Bruins team, but another good bat, especially as of recent. French's numbers has continued to rise. He now bats .292 on the season. Has 5 RBIs on the season and a home run. That one's inside for ball 1. Gerhardt leading off of first base. Sizable lead over there, but he is tall, so he can get back in time. French, that's a ripper. That one's going to be bobbled by Moore, so all runners will be safe. So 2 leadoff runners for the Bruins, brings up Sam Gonzalez. All Bruins need to do is just score 1 run at a time.
Now batting for the Bruins, second baseman number 3, Sam Gonzalez.
Bruins continue to find contact off of Campos. They just need to turn this into runs. Gonzalez, that's a crazy bunt to get down. That was very difficult. It was like at him, but he protects himself and moves the runners over. Good sacrifice bunt by Sam Gonzalez. Brings up Elijah Medrano. 2 runners in scoring position now. Bryson French on second. Gabe Gearhart on third.
Number 24, Elijah Medrano.
Medrano getting the start today at shortstop. Has started at second base mostly, but Sam Gonzalez is there today. Medrano, check swing. I do not think he went. The umpires say otherwise. So it's an 0-1 count. It's an 0-1 count to Medrano. That one swung through on a slider. 0-2 count. So Medrano now has to battle with 1 down. Here's the 0-2. That one's in the dirt. Good block. Bryant behind the plate. Here's the 1-2. That one's tipped into the glove for strike 3. It's a big out by Campos. So first strikeout of the day for Campos. Brings up Zay Brandt.
Fielder number 2, Isaiah Brandt.
Zay Brandt now up 2 down. But 2 runners on. 2 very important runs for the Bruins if they can get them here. That one's outside. That one will get past. And Gearhart will come in to score. Good job by Gearhart staying on his toes at third base. Saw that one trickle through the legs of Bryant and took off. It's now Bryson French at third. Bruins going to run. Only down 7-1 now. It's a 1-0 count to Brandt. And now a 1-1. Takes that one for strike 1. No one really checking Bryson French at third. Here's the 1-1. Up in the air for ball 2. And now the 2-1. Swung by Brandt, foul tipped. So now it's a 2-2 count. Brandt will have to battle. Two-two count. There's a big hole in the middle of the infield if he can get it up the middle. That finds the outside corner. Brandt disagrees. And that's going to be strike 3, and we're going to go to the top of the 3rd inning. Bruins do get a run back, so the score is now 7-1. Back here to start the top of the third inning. Jason Quillen is now on the mound for the Bruins, and so Noah Weaver's day is done after giving up 7 runs. And Quillen's day off to a rocky start, already hitting Blake Watts on his first pitch. Quillen's really got to find his rhythm. He's had a couple rocky outings as of late. That one swung through by Brolport, who was walked in his first at bat. Quillen is a primary off-speed thrower. Swung through again by Brolport. Brolport way ahead of that one, so now it's an 0-2 count. The 0-2 from Quillen, up in the air for ball 1. Quillen still ahead in the count. The 1-2. Outside for ball 2. Now 2-2 count for Quillen. He delivers. Blocked by Kirkpatrick. So 3 straight balls by JQ. And now a full count. Doesn't find the strike zone. Kirkpatrick held it behind the plate for quite some time. But 2 leadoff runners for the Cavaliers. Brulport, 2 walks on the day to start. Brings up Caden Ethier, who laid down a sac butt in his first at-bat and in a position to do so again. In fact, same position as last time. He's going to swing it this time. That one's going to get past the diving Burke. The runner rounds third, and he's going to get home safely. And Ethier is going to get all the way to second. Man. So the Cavaliers on their toes on the base paths and just running as much as they can. So now runners on second and third. None down, and now 8-1. Seemed like a routine single, but Ethier pushes it to a double on the throw home.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, center fielder number 6, Devin Smith.
Devin Smith hit a single in his first at-bat that reached to third on an error in the outfield. That one was a great pitch by Quillen. Hit the ball, and it was mishandled by Brandt in left field. Got all the way to the wall, and Smith went all the way to third. So now runners on second and third, still none down. Swung through by Smith. The 0-2 from Quillen. Foul tipped, and Smith stays alive. Smith with the chance here to really blow this thing open and give the Cavaliers a 9-run lead. Good block by Kirkpatrick again. Ethier with a large lead off second base. He'll definitely be booking it for home on a base hit. The 1-2. Off speed. That one will get through. Ethier rounding third. Ethier will get home in time. 2 RBI single for Smith. So the lead gets up to 10-1. Dawson Bryant, top of the order, up again for the Cavaliers, already starting the Cavaliers' third trip around the batting order. Bryant with a home run and single on the day. 2 RBIs as well. Bryant, big cut there. That one's going to go back towards the Cavaliers' dugout. 0-1 count in the foul ball. Fouled out again. So now another 2-strike count for Quillen. He's going to look to get the job done. Have a different result on this one. Quillen delivers the 0-2. And another battle off by Bryant. Cavaliers have done a great job so far today, sticking in the count. The 0-2 again. Up in the air, Kirkpatrick was trying to check back Bryant at first base. So it's a 1-2 count. Quillen still ahead. Outside, that one gets past Kirkpatrick. Bryant will take second. Actually, no, that's the courtesy runner. Nope, that's Devin Smith. Bryant is up to bat. Totally my fault. Got off track. It's a 2-2. Fouled off again. Johnson going over to it, and it will get out of play. So Dawson Bryant stays alive again. The battle continues between Quillen and Bryant. Smith leading off second. And we go again. The ball's going to trickle into play, so quick timeout. I don't think either umpire saw that. We'll continue anyway. Here's a 2-2. That one outside. So Bryant patient enough to force a full count. Quillen still looking for his first out of the inning. Good chance to get it here. Here's the full count. Strike 3. After Bryant already threw the bat and took off to first base, the umpire said that found the outside corner. So 1 down here in the top of the 3rd inning. Big strikeout for Jason Quillen.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, right fielder number 31, Justin Austin.
Austin is now up. 0 for 1 with a walk in his last at bat. That one doesn't find the strike zone, too low. 1-0 count. Devin Smith still on second base for the Cavaliers. That one finds the outside corner. 1-1 count. Great pitch by Quillen. 1-2 count. Looking for 2 straight strikeouts here quickly. That one actually is going to hit Justin Austin, so he's going to take his base. And with the dead ball, Devin Smith's going to stay at second. Coach Kyle Morrison's going to come have a meeting on the mound with Jason Quillen. We'll be right back after the meeting. Back after the meeting. Brings up Jader Morelos. 1 for 2, a single and a flyout. More action in the Bruins bullpen. Not quite in the strike zone. 2-0 count. That one also called a ball. I think that kind of caught Kirkpatrick by surprise. After the ball was called, he kind of looked back and went, almost looked like he was like, really? Like, that one's called a strike. So now it's a 3-1 count. Quillen trying to get back into it to avoid a bases loaded opportunity for Tommy Ramos, who's on deck. That one's also in the strike zone. Quillen continuing to battle back. Full count, 1 down. Hard grounder down the first base line, go foul. So Morelos stays alive. Good patient at-bats have been the specialty of the Cavaliers so far today. Here's the full count again. That one too high. And that'll load the bases for Tommy Ramos. So Ramos is probably going to be swinging for the fences here. Had a 3-run home run in his last at-bat. Can get a chance here for a grand slam if he gets a hold of one. Still only 1 out, so Bruins could try to turn 2 on a grounder and get out of the inning. That one's inside to Ramos for ball 1. The 1-0. That one's in there for strike 1. Ramos just given the complete green light from his coach at third base. Here's the 1-1 from Quillen. In there for strike 2. So Ramos has looked at 2 beautiful pitches in a row. Obviously Quillen doesn't mind. Here's the 1-2. Up in the air for ball 2. Wind is blowing out. Here's the 2-2. Swung through by Ramos. Quillen gets him swinging for out number 2. Now facing Manny Moore. Base is still loaded. Manny Moore has 2 home runs on the season, so not as big of a home run threat as Ramos, but can still get it out if he wants to. It's a 1-0 count from Quillen. Hit hard in the left field. That's going to score at least 1. And the other runner's going to come around to home. The throw in, not in, oh, it was in time, but Kirkpatrick couldn't squeeze it. So Austin's going to score. And the lead will go to 12-1. So Manny Moore with a 2 RBI single with 2 outs.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, left fielder number 22, Blake Watts.
Blake Watts, 1 for 1, also hit by a pitch. Runners now in the corners with 2 outs. Check swing from Watts did not go. It's down for ball 1. Breaking ball, gets in there for strike 1. The 1-1 outside. I am kind of surprised Moore is staying at first base. Here's a 2-1. Off-speed pitch. Doesn't come down. 3-1 count. That one's hit high in the left field. Brandt can't find it. Brandt, that one's going to land. Another run coming around to score. The throw home. Not in time. And Blake Watts is going to push to 3. So now the lead is up to 14-1. That was a routine kind of distance on that fly ball, but Brandt looked up straight into the sun, lost it off the bat, and couldn't find it. So now Brollport up. 2 walks on the day. Still looking for his first hit. It's a 1-0 count to him. 14-1 lead. Big lead for the Cavaliers. Also outside, 2-0 count. Inside. It appears that David Chappell is warming up in the bullpen. That one swung through for strike 1 to Brollport. That one's in it for strike 2. Now a full count. Quillen with another chance to get out of the inning. Hard grounder on the first base line. Johnson controls it and steps on first. Bruins, a lot of work to do when they come up to the plate. Down 14-1, we're headed to the bottom of the 3rd. Kyle Prouse is going to lead off
Leading
the
up
bottom of the third inning for the
number
Bruins.
17, Kyle Prouse.
So top of the order again. Bruins in a big hole, down 14-1. Cavaliers bats have not stopped after only scoring 1 in the first inning. They proceeded to score 7 in the second and 6 in the third. Bruins got a run back last inning, but need a lot more than 1 here. Campos still on the mound for the Cavaliers. First pitch of the innings in there for strike 1. Prouse grounded out in his first at bat. The 0-1. Another off-speed pitch for strike 2. Same pitch, same spot as well. Here's the 0-2 to Prouse. Campos right back at him, and he grabs it for out number 1. Brings up Matt Carroll. Again, the hot bat from this past weekend against Alice Lloyd.
Center fielder number 5, Mac Carroll.
He also grounded out in his first at bat. That one gets in there for strike 1. Here's the 0-1. Carroll thought about it, but didn't swing, and it's going to be strike 2 anyway. Now Carroll has to battle with an 0-2 count. Breaking ball. Doesn't find the strike zone. Campos was ready to watch that ball go around the horn. But not called a strike. It's a 1-2 count. Carroll's still at bat. Here's the 1-2. Fouled out of play. So count will remain 1-2. Campos delivers. Outside for ball 2. 2-2 count. Bruins just need at least a runner to start this inning. Again, with a deficit like this, you can only hope for about 1 run at a time. That one nearly hit Carroll, but also nearly found the inside corner with the ball. Now it's a full count. 1 down. Campos delivers. Swung through for strike 3. 2 down now in the bottom of the third inning.
Now batting for the Bruins, third baseman number 10, Conestee Park.
Brings up Conley Burke, one of 3 Bruins to get a hit today. Singled in his first at bat. It's inside for ball 1. Looking to get something going for the Bruins with 2 outs. Campos is looking real comfortable on the mound right now. Here's the 1-0. up out of the zone for ball 2. Good spot by Campos, just Burke decided not to swing at it. And now the 2-0. Burke, dribble to third base, gathered by Morelos. Morelos' throw, gets there in time. 3 up, 3 down. Campos delivers and continues to deal. We're headed to the top of the 4th inning. Score is still 14-1. Caden Ethier leading off the top of the 4th inning for the Cavaliers, and they're looking to score a lot more runs, but David Chappell is going to be in their way. Now on the mound for the Bruins. Again, their bats have exploded the last couple of innings, scoring 6 and 7 runs. Have a massive lead here, and they can only look to continue to grow it. Ethier had a sac bunt in his first at-bat, then moved runners over, and then a double in his second at-bat. Swings through that inside pitch for strike 1. It's a 2-1 count. Gets out of the way of that one. It's a 3-1 count. Common on a pitch like that, you hear "wear it" from the other dugout. But I don't think I heard any of that this time. The 3-1 from Chappell. Finds the outside corner for strike 2. There's been several times. In fact, I think this is the 3rd or 4th time where a Cavalier has thrown their bat toward the dugout thinking it was ball 4, and then the umpire calls it strike. So now it's a full count. Chappell looking to get the first out of the inning. That one's for sure outside, so Caden Ethier will throw his bat toward the dugout for a second time and walk to first. So leadoff walk brings up Devin Smith. Devin Smith In his first at bat, he hit a single, reached to third on an error, and then got a single in his last at bat last inning, which I think scored 2. 2 for 2 on the day by Smith. Changeup by Chappell's in there for strike 1. Down out of the zone for a 1-1 count. Check back. Did not get Ethier, but kept him on first base and honest. The 1-1 to Smith. Up out of the zone. Chappell knew right away that was off his hand the wrong way, so it's a 2-1 count. That one's in the dirt. 3-1 count. Good patient at bats today for the Cavaliers. And 2 straight walks to start the inning. And 2 leadoff runners for the Cavaliers. Brings up the top of the order in Dawson Bryant. Actually, it's going to be a pinch hitter, number 10. Colin Nelson, the junior from Florida. Transfer from East Georgia State College. Will come in for Bryant.
Number 10, Colin Nelson.
Nelson on the season. 14 at-bats, 2 hits. Has an RBI out of it, batting .143. He's appeared in 8 games. He started 5. So probably in a similar backup catcher role as Bryson French is, but obviously French plays a lot more when he's a DH in the lineup. It's a 1-0 count to Nelson. To the inside. 2-0 count. There are 2 more warming up in the pen for the Bruins. Looks to be Gabe Swarms and Devontae Brown. Fouled back into the net. Two-one count to Nelson. Up in the air for ball 3. Now the 3-1. Inside, so 3 straight walks to start the inning. And the bases are loaded for Justin Austin. Coach Rulapal will go have a meeting with Chappell. And there's a quick discussion. There will be a pitching change. So we'll be back after the change. Back from the pitching change, it's Devontae Brown on the mounds for the Bruins. This is his 4th appearance playing this season, 1st appearance on the mound. Brown, freshman from New Providence, Bahamas, put in a very tough situation here with the bases loaded. Good start for him though, pitches a strike. It's Dean Davis is the one running on first base now. And here's the 0-1 from Brown. Off speed, gets away from a 1-1 count. Justin Austin at the plate. That one finds the outside corner for strike 2. Here's the 1-2. Up in the air for ball 2. In fact, at the plate, it's number 39. Brett Pitzer. Brett Pitzer is at the plate in place of Justin Austin. That one swung on and it will go out of play. Count will stay 2-2. Oh man, that almost hit a fan. Got out of the way in the nick of time. The 2-2 again. Hit hard into the air. That one's going to be routine for Prouse. He's under it. He'll grab it for out number 1. Runner will tag, go home. And the runner will score. The other runners stay put. So it's 15-1. 1 down now, finally, in the top of the 4th inning. And now another pinch hitter, number 38, Aaron Smith. Batting in place of Jader Morelos.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 38, Aaron Smith.
Smith bats 200 on the season, 2 for 10. That one's in there for strike 1. Good pitch by Brown, 0-2. And now the 0-2. Doesn't quite find the strike zone. 1-2 count. The 1-2 count from Brown. Fouled off down the first base line. The 1-2 again from Devontae Brown. Swung through for strike 3. So 2 batters face, 2 outs for Devontae Brown. What a great start to his first appearance on the mound. And now we're going to see Richard Matos de la Cruz in for Tommy Ramos.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 13, Richard Matos.
if I'm remembering right, it may have been De La Cruz that hit a home run in last season's game that put it out of reach late in the game on the 8-2 Montreat win at Montreat. It's 2 down in the top of the 4th inning. First 2 pitches to De La Cruz. 2 balls. Quick 3-0 count. And a 4-pitch walk loads the bases with 2 down. Brings up number 16, Daniel Wagner. We've seen him today.
Number 16, Danny Wagner.
Wagner was a courtesy runner earlier in the game, but now he's coming in batting in place of Manny Moore. Two outs still. Bruins just need one more out to get out of the inning. Kirkpatrick checking over the runner. Run's going to come home and run is going to score. And now there's runners on the corners. Score is 16-1. Two-one count from Brown. Fouled out of play. It's a 2-2 count now. Brown 1 strike away from getting out of the inning. Here's the 2-2. Barely fouled tip back into the screen. Count will stay 2-2. I was about to say that nearly hit Wagner, but appears it did hit Wagner. So now that one's going to load the bases with 2 outs. And now batting in place of Blake Watts is number 20, Connor Goff.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 20, Connor Goff.
Blake Watts had quite the day, a single, a triple, and a hit by a pitch. But now he gets to relax and watch Goff take his place. Connor Goff's a sophomore from Lakeland, Florida. 5 for 27 on the season. That one's in there for strike 2, 0-2 count. Brown 1 strike away again from getting out in the inning. Here's the 0-2 from Brown. Up in the air for ball 1. The 1-2 now. Hit hard to left. Brandt will grab it for out number 3. Run ahead to the bottom of the 4th inning, 16-1.
For the Bruins, first baseman number 42, Evan Johnson.
Evan Johnson leading off the bottom of the 4th inning. Matt Campos still on the mound for Montreat. There are a lot of defensive changes, obviously, because of all the pinch hitters last inning. So we'll try to get those to you as soon as possible. Here's the first pitch from Campos on the inning. Outside for ball 1. Johnson grounded out in his first at-bat. Bruins are in a massive hole, down 16-1. Again, the bats for Montreat have been excellent today. Hard grounder to second base. Throwing over to first for out number 1. So another ground out for Evan Johnson. Brings up Cody Kirkpatrick. Singled in his first at bat.
Now batting for the Bruins, catcher number 19, Cody Kirkpatrick.
Kirkpatrick's had a busy day behind the plate. On long days like today that he's crouching down a lot. Might get a little bit more tired than most people out here. Looks at the first one up out of the zone for a ball 1. And now the 1-0. Off-speed pitch. Gets in there for strike 1. It's a 1-1 count to Kirkpatrick. Another off-speed pitch. That one doesn't get in like the last one. So it's a 2-1 count. Here's the 2-1. Kirkpatrick battling. Now facing a 2-2 count. The 2-2. Ball down in the dirt. Now a full count. Here's the full count. Ground to second base, another grounder. Ground throws over to first base, and another ground out. Forced by Campos. 2 down in the bottom of the 4th inning. Brings up Bryson French, who also singled in his last at bat.
Now batting for the Bruins, designated hitter number 15, Bryson French.
Campos has now forced 6 ground outs on the day. French swings through the first one. Here's the 0-1. That one gets past the catcher. It's a 1-1 count. Ball outside, 2-1 count. That's a grounder to the third. Chopper gets back on it, throws over to first base, off target, but the first baseman gets the tag. So 3 up, 3 down on 3 groundouts, forced by Matt Campos. We head to the top of the 5th inning. Score is 16-1. Back here in the top of the 5th inning, number 20, Curtis West, now on the mound for the Bruins. He's had a couple good outings in a row, so let's see if he can keep it up here. He's starting off against number 17, Gio Quintero.
Batting for the Cavaliers, number 17,
batting in place of Jason Brolport. First pitch is a pop-up in the infield. Sam Gonzalez under it. And a quick out for Wes. Caden Ethier is still in the game for the Cavaliers. So far, the only one that hasn't been pinch hit for.
Shortstop number 2, Caden Ethier.
Ethier is a sack bunt double and a walk on the day. It appears that Devin Smith will also stay in the game as he is on deck. That one's a grounder. Medrano, the throw. The scoop by Johnson. Oh, man, his foot slid off the base. That was an impressive stretch and scoop by Johnson at first, but the back foot comes off. So Ethier is going to get there for a single. Brings up Devin Smith. His on-base percentage today is 1,000.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, center fielder number 6, Devin Smith.
2 singles and a walk. Up in the air for ball 2. That one finds the strike zone. 2-1 count. Up in the air for ball 3. Release point was a little bit too high on that one from Wes. I think that's going to be a good adjustment for Wes here. Here's the 3-1. That one's a lot better. That one's popped up. Medrano's under it at the shortstop spot, and he gets it for out number 2. Again, great adjustment by Wes on that release spot, or release. And now 2 down on 2 pop-ups. Colin Nelson, top of the order, back up.
Number 10, Colin Nelson.
Nelson was walked in his first at-bat. Again, he's in place of Dawson Bryant. Here's a 1-0 from Wes. That one's hit hard to right field, but barely any movement. So 3 quick outs from Curtis West, and he continues to find his rhythm as his season has gone on. So we'll head to the bottom of the 5th inning. Score is still 16-1.
Now for the Bruins, second baseman number 3, Sam Gonzalez.
Welcome back to the bottom of the 5th inning. Dawson Yoakley on the mound for the Cavaliers, with Sam Gonzalez leading off the inning at the plate. First pitch by Yoakley is a ball outside. Yoakley in 12 2/3 innings pitched has an ERA of 12.79 on the season. That one's in there for his first strike of the day. There's a lot of 15 hits. Here's the 1-1 from Yoakley. Strike in the outside corner for a 1-2. Gonzalez laid down a sac bunt in his first at bat. Here's the 1-2. Off speed, it's a dribbler. Shortstop gets it. The throw to first, not in time. So Sam Gonzalez beats out the throw for a leadoff single. Now Elijah Medrano steps to the plate. Medrano struck out in his first at bat.
Now batting for the Bruins, shortstop number 24, Elijah Medrano.
Outside, 1-0 count to Medrano. That one's in there for strike one. 1-1 count. Gonzalez leading off of first. That's a grounder. Second base to second for 1. To first. That throw is going to be off, and that one's going to go into the Bruins dugout. That throw wasn't even close, so Medrano's going to take second for free. So now Zay Brandt up to bat for the Bruins. 1 down, Medrano off first base. Actually, to second base. Ball 1 outside. David Twitty is on deck, so he'll be batting in place of Kyle Prouse at the top of the order. Here's the 1-1. Outside for ball 2. See, there's a 2-0 count. Swung through. Big cut by Brandt. 2-1 count. That one nearly hit Brandt. He had to get out of the way. Now 3-1. He got someone saying wear it from the dugout. That would have been wearing it. Right at his head. 3-1 count to Brandt. Swung through for strike 2. Full count. Yoakley looking for out number 2. The full count. That one's through the infield, so Brandt will have a single. Medrano will stop at third base. So runners now on the corners. 1 down for David Twitty. Again, Twitty's coming in place of Prouse at the top of the order, so more than likely Twitty will be in right field.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 37, David Twitty.
Twitty has struggled from the plate in his appearances, but again, in batting practice, you watch him, he can hit anything. So we're going to turn it around here. That one finds the strike zone for strike 1. Max Lucien is on deck for the Bruins. He'll be batting in place of Matt Carroll. Again, runners on the corners, 1 down. Here's the 0-1 to Twitty. Down out of the zone for ball 1. Here's the 1-1. That's a grounder. Chopper to second base. Takes it to 2. And now to 1. Twitty beats out the throw. A run comes in. So Twitty's going to be given an RBI with Medrano scoring. Score is now 16-2. Max Lucien Jr. batting in place of Matt Carroll. Outside for strike 1 to Lucien Jr. .233 batter on the season. 7 hits and 30 at-bats. Now a 1-1 count to Lucien. Twitty's running. Good jump by Twitty. He'll get there in time, and plenty of time. As long as he stays on second base, he does. Stolen base credited to David Twitty. He had an incredible jump. So now runner in scoring position. That one's outside. Two count. Lucien stays alive with a foul tip. Two down. 2-2 count. Twitty on second base. Lucien fouls it out of play. David Medina is on deck for the Bruins. He'll bat in place of Conley Burke if he gets the chance. Lucien has to get on base here first. The 2-2 again. Grounder at second base. He's been busy over there. Makes the play for out number 3. So we head to the top of the 6th inning. Bruins get a run. It's 16-2.
The Cavaliers, number 39, Brett Pitzer.
Brett Pitzer up to bat to start the top of the 6th inning. Curtis West still on the mound for the Bruins. There are a lot of defensive changes. So David Medina is now at third base. Gomez is at shortstop. Here's the 0-1. That one's hit to center field and down right in front of Max Lucien Jr. Mannix Crawford is at second base. Jacob Highsmith is at first base. David Twitty is in right field. Again, Lucien Jr. is in center field. And there is someone new in left field. Don't know who it is yet. Kirkpatrick is still behind the plate catching. So after the leadoff single by Pitzer, we see Aaron Smith, who struck out in his first at-bat. Again, the release point on that one is just a little bit off. It sticks in the air for ball 1.
Cavaliers, number 38, Aaron Smith.
Ball 2 high. And it's Sam Gerhardt in left field. So a whole new lineup for the Bruins minus the pitcher and catcher. Here's the 2-0. Outside. Quick 3-0 count. And all 4 pitches got away from West. So Aaron Smith is going to take a 4-pitch walk. That's going to bring up Richard Matos de la Cruz. 2 quick leadoff runners for the Cavaliers. And Kirkpatrick's going to have a quick meeting with Wes on the mound.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 13, Richard Matos.
In there for strike 1. The 0-1. Fouled out of play, 0-2 count. The 0-2 from Wes. Strike 3, got him swinging. So a 3-pitch strikeout from Wes after the meeting with Kirkpatrick.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 16, Danny Wagner.
Daniel Wagner is hit by the pitch in his last at bat. In fact, you can say he was grazed by the pitch. It barely hit him to the point where it looked like he dodged it in time, but it did go off of him. Good pitch, and Wagner swings it, and it gets a single that loads the bases. Runners stop where they are. So now the bases are loaded for Connor Goff. Flew out in his first at bat.
Cavaliers, number 20, Connor Goff.
Outside for ball 1, 1-0 count. Hit very high in the air to left field. Very shallow. Now Gerhardt will squeeze it for out number 2. The run will come in, and we'll get in safely. 2 down, though. The top of the 6th inning, score now 17-2.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 17, Gio Quintero.
Now see Gio Quintero. Runners on first and second, 2 down. Good off-speed pitch from West for strike 1. Up in the air for ball 1. The 1-1 count. In there for strike 2. We now see a 1-2. A little bit outside, blocked by Kirkpatrick. Doesn't get Quintero to bite. So it's a 2-2 count. Fouled off. count will stay 2-2. One more strike for West to get out of the inning. Here's the 2-2. Barely misses the zone. Good spot by West. Now a full count. Runnels will get a head start. Up the middle. One run will score. And runners back on the corners. 18-2 ball game. RBI single for Gio Quintero. Caden Ethier still up.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 2, Caden Ethier.
And Ethier and Smith, the only two Cavaliers that haven't been subbed out yet. Ethier's reached in his last 3 at-bats with a double, walk, and single. Thought about that one, but took it for a ball. Up and out. 1-1 count. Foul tip off of Kirkpatrick's mask. He seems unfazed. It's almost like that's happened a time or two. When you catch long enough, you seem to not get rattled as easily when you take a foul ball off the face. West now with a 1-2 count to Ethier. West got him with a breaking ball. Strikes him out for out number 3. So even though he gave up a couple runs, West stayed cool, calm, and collected and got out of the inning. We head to the top of the 6th inning. Score is 18-2. David Medina leading off the bottom of the 6th inning for the Bruins. Batting in place of Conley Burke, he's facing the lefty Braden Holiday. Holiday has pitched 2/3 of an inning all season long. 1 hit, no runs. It's outside for ball 1. Medina has a .250 batting average. Outside for ball 2. Colin Nelson really tried to frame that behind the plate, but kind of moved his glove a country mile to try to get in. Sometimes watching some frame jobs, it's just kind of funny. 3-1 count. Jacob Highsmith on deck for the Bruins. Here's a 3-1. Medina, big cut. Now a full count. Medina takes a leadoff walk. Jacob Highsmith now up. Batting in place of Evan Johnson.
Number 21, Jacob Highsmith.
Highsmith has 3 at-bats on the season, hitting in 1, so a .333 average in his appearances this season. Highsmith is a freshman from here in Greenville, South Carolina. Down in the dirt. That one finds his own. 2-1 count. Now it's 3-1 count. Hitters count for Highsmith. Looks at that one for strike 2. Now a full count. Here's the full count. In the dirt. Medina might look to take 3. No, he won't. He'll take his time and get the second. Highsmith will take first. So 2 leadoff walks for the Bruins. Now Gabe Gearhart up to bat.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 7, Gabe Gearhart.
Batting in place of Kirkpatrick. So I can assume Bryson French might be behind the plate next inning as he's on deck right now. Might go from DH to catcher. In there for strike 1 against Gearhart. This is Gearhart's first at bat. The normal courtesy runner now at the plate. He's facing an 0-1 count. Foul tipped back into the net. 0-2 count. Now he has to battle. Medina leading off second base. Highsmith leading off of first base. Here's the 0-2 from Holiday. That's a grounder. Chopper to second. Flip to second. Now over to first. And he got him in time. What a pretty double play by the Cavaliers. Medina over to third base. Bryson French now up for the Bruins.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 15, Bryson French.
French is 1 for 2 on the day. Fouled that one off. Singled in his first at-bat, ground out in his last at-bat. A base hit here will score a run. Outside for ball 1. 1-1 count. Outside for a 2-1 count. Again, Nelson really trying hard to frame these into the strike zone. A 2-1 count from Holiday. Up and out of the zone for a 3-1 now. French will look to swing here. Again, base hit scores a run. Gives the Bruins a little light. That one finds the inside corner. Caught out in front by Nelson. Keeps it in. It's a good defensive play. Now it's a full count. 2 down. French to keep the inning alive. Grounder to shortstop. Fielded cleanly. Thrower to first base. Gets him for out number 3. To lead off the top of the 7th inning, Dean Davis in batting in place of Devin Smith. Gabe Swarms now on the mound. High chopper back to Swarms. Swarms over to first base. Quick first out in the top of the 7th inning. Brings up Colin Nelson. Nelson's been walked and he flew out in his last at bat.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 10, Colin Nelson.
Gabe Swarms has become the certified closer for the Bruins. Done an incredible job in the last few innings of each game. Two straight pitches up in the air for balls. 2-0 count. That one's still a little bit too high. 3-0. Tipped into the net. That nearly went through the hole in our net. Stays in the park. 3-1 count. Fouled up. That'll stay in the park. Medina gets under it. Looked to be a little hesitant over there for a second, but he found it. 2 down in the top of the 7th inning.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 39, Brett Pitzer.
Brings up Pitzer now, trying to keep their inning alive for the Cavaliers. Sack fly in his first at bat, and a single last inning. In there for strike 1. Great pitch by Swarms. Swarms trying to go 3 up, 3 down. If I'm thinking correctly, I think they're going to be playing a 10 after 7 rule today. So unless the Bruins can score 7 runs in the bottom of the 7th inning, the game will be over after 7 innings. Here's the 1-1. Hard hit. That one gets past the diving Gomez in the left field. So a single for Pitzer. Now it's going to bring up Aaron Smith.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 38, Aaron Smith.
First pitch to Smith. Down under the zone for ball 1. Now a 1-1 count. Two one. Three-one count. Aaron Smith might be looking for 2 straight walks. Swarms delivers up in the air, and that's what he'll get. Runners now on first and second, 2 down. Richard Matos de la Cruz coming up.
Now batting for the Cavaliers, number 13, Richard Matos.
Here's the 1-0. There's a strike from Swarms. The 1-1 count. Outside and low for a 2-1. Two. One strike away from ending the top of the 7th. Swarms delivers. Hard grounder to Gomez. Gomez slips to Mannix Crawford at second base. And we're headed to the bottom of the 7th inning. Again, the Bruins must score 7 runs to stay alive.
Leading off for the Bruins, number 1, Mannix Crawford.
Mannix Crawford leading off the bottom of the 7th inning for the Bruins, facing number 30, Donovan Parker, a grad student from Charleston, South Carolina. Now on the mound for the Cavaliers. Parker has a 4 1/3 innings pitched, giving up 10 hits, 8.3 ERA. Hit to the shortstop. The throw to first base in time for out number 1. Now Angelo Gomez.
Now batting for the Bruins, number 23, Angelo Gomez.
Inside and down for ball 1. Here's the 1-0. That one gets inside for a strike. 1-1. Sam Gerhardt on deck for the Bruins. Swung through for strike 2. Hard grounder to third base, bobbled, and couldn't get regathered. Aaron Smith couldn't get the ball. So Angelo Gomez will reach first on an error, brings up Sam Gerhardt. First pitch to Gerhardt. In there for strike 1.
28, Sam Gerhardt.
Gomez leading off first base. Swung through by Gerhardt. Blocked by Nelson, so Gomez will stay at first base. Here's the 0-2. In there for strike 3. Got Gerhardt looking 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th inning. And now David Twitty.
Batting for the Bruins, number 37, David Twitty.
One more out for Montreat. Twitty hitting a fielder's choice as first at bat. Good pitch by Parker for strike 1. Blocked by Nelson, but gets away from him, so Gomez will take second. Up in the air. 2-1 count. Steps off for a quick time. Here's the 2-1. Hit right back at him. Actually hit him. Twitty will beat out the throw to first base. Let's hope he's okay. Time will be called. Right off the back of Donovan Parker. That was a hard hit ball by Twitty. Parker seems to be okay. They're going to give Parker a throw or two to make sure he's not hurt, especially in that motion. So runners on the corners, Max Lucien Jr. up for the Bruins. Parker says, I'm fine. Runners now in the corners, 2 down in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Max Lucien Jr.
Gomez leading off third base, Twitty leading off first. In there for strike 1. Twitty does have a stolen base, so he might try with 2 outs. The 0-1. Swung through by Lucien Jr. 0-2. Lucien Jr. must battle now. Here's the 0-2. That one gets away. Gomez will come in and score. Twitty will go to second. Score is now 18-3. Here's the 1-2. Hard hit grounder. Twitty will jump over it. The throw over to first base. They're in time for out number 3. Thank you so much for joining us this evening. The Bruins fall to the Cavaliers with a final score of 18-3. The Cavaliers' bats were hot early and were very hard to stop. My name is Trenton Goldsmith signing off for now. I would love to see you here this weekend as the Bruins host Toccoa Falls College for a weekend series. Good night, Bruin Nation.